Learning objectives. Unit 1, interacting with your community. Describe how to respond to incidents involving vulnerable adults. Be sensitive and aware of people's differences and demonstrate respect for their limitations. Never dismiss or disregard a person because of their differences. Treat all people respectfully, accommodating any limitations they may have. Minimize distractions and disperse any crowds. Respect personal space and avoid physical contact. Remember to relax and breathe and to use calming body language. Allow the person's self-stimulating behaviors to continue if the situation allows, unless there is immediate danger. Once the person has calmed, assist them as needed. 611.2, describe how to interact with people in a courteous and polite manner. Maintain eye contact and speak directly to a person, even if an interpreter is present. Speak clearly and in a respectful tone of voice. Use short, simple phrases and avoid slang expressions. Model the behavior you want to see. Maintain a calm and reassuring tone. Use encouragement throughout your encounter. Practice calming to diffuse the intensity of the situation. Treat people with courtesy and speak politely. Practice active listening skills. Use a calm, low voice, intermittent eye contact, and maintain an appropriate reactionary gap. Assess the situation, behaviors, statements, substances, and consider the environment. 612.1, identify some of the common characteristics of a person who is elderly. According to Chapter 825 of the Florida Statutes, an elderly person is 60 years of age or older, suffering from the infirmities of aging, advanced age, organic brain damage, or other physical, mental, or emotional dysfunction, to the extent that their ability to provide adequately for their own care or protection is impaired. Common characteristics include mobility, vision or hearing, lack of strength, bone deterioration, or memory loss. They may wander away from home or living in facilities due to memory loss or declining health. They may experience memory loss caused by dementia or Alzheimer's disease. 612.2, identify ways to effectively interact with a person who is elderly. Make sure you understand the problem from their perspective. Explain what you can do to help them. Speak directly to them. Establish and maintain eye contact as is appropriate based on cultural customs. Use a conversational tone and speak loudly only if necessary. Use caution when allowing caregivers to speak on behalf of an elderly person to eliminate third-party agendas. Include them in all discussions concerning their welfare and adjust your communication based on disabilities. Always treat them with dignity, respect, and patience. Address and calm their fear by showing empathy and compassion if they are a crime victim. 612.3, identify state and local resources that may assist people who are elderly. The Department of Elder Affairs provides direct services through its division of statewide community-based services. Florida Elder Helpline, available at 1-800-96-ELDER to help older residents obtain specific local social services. 211 Helpline, available for crisis counseling and disaster, housing, and food assistance. 613.1, describe factors that can affect the decision-making abilities of juveniles. Values instilled by families, schools, communities, and cultures. Ethnicity, socioeconomic status, and expectations. Exposure to domestic violence, which makes them susceptible to PTSD. Physical health issues, juvenile delinquency, and substance abuse. incomplete brain development. The brain is not fully developed until the age of 25, which explains risky behavior or a lack of impulse control. 613.2 identifies some of the common characteristics of juvenile offenders: pushing boundaries of rules at home and in public, high degree of irresponsibility, lack of respect for authority, and unpredictable behavior patterns, fighting, bullying, using weapons, gang violence, manipulative and defiant behaviors when interacting with law enforcement. Offending before the age of 13 makes them more likely to become serious and violent offenders. 613.3 identify how to effectively interact with juveniles. Maintain a high degree of self-control, patience, flexibility, and understanding. Adapt to the situation and look for ways to serve as a role model. Provide information and support through empathy, comfort, and physical assistance. Interact with and provide guidance to their families to build networks. Take actions based on seriousness, which may include commands, informing parents, investigating, arresting, or releasing them. Note, a juvenile younger than 7 cannot be arrested unless the violation is a forcible felony, third-degree burglary, or trespassing with burglary tools. 613.4 describe how to respond to a runaway child. Always presume that the runaway child is in danger. Recognize that you have no arrest authority for a runaway or school absentee. Take the child into protective custody, which is not a criminal arrest. Contact the parent or legal guardian, or deliver an absentee back to the school system. If the parent or guardian is unavailable for a runaway, contact the Department of Children and Families. 614.1 identify some of the characteristics of veterans or active duty military personnel. Tattoos with military subject matter, example military branch logo, providing a military ID along with a driver's license, a Florida driver's license featuring a veteran or V designation, license plates and bumper stickers with military subject matter, body language showing a command presence, a military style haircut, blended clothing such as a t-shirt with camouflage pants and a cap, possession of high-level weapons or defensive tactics training. 614.2 identify the physical and psychological stressors that some military veterans experience. Musculoskeletal injuries and neurological injuries, psychological disorders, PTSD or traumatic brain injury, otherwise known as TBI, hesitancy to get help due to military culture, which leads them to cover up or hide symptoms, issues with substance abuse, mood changes, social judgment, and impulse control. 614.3 identifies some of the characteristics of a person with traumatic brain injury: loss of balance, slurred speech, disorientation, irritability. Note, symptoms of TBI may mimic behaviors of being under the influence of drugs or alcohol. 614.4 identify how to interact with a person who is a veteran. Gain their trust to increase the odds of obtaining cooperation. Do not corner the person unless it is a dangerous situation requiring forceful engagement. Combat veterans faced with being cornered will usually choose to battle because of their training. Immediately request backup if the situation quickly escalates. Consider asking for backup from another officer with a military background if you cannot reach an understanding. 614.5 identify negative coping behaviors that a veteran may use: using substances, using drugs or alcohol to escape problems, sleep, or mask symptoms, avoiding situations, people, or things, avoidance behavior that leads to isolation and negative thoughts, hypervigilance, being constantly on guard for danger, causing stress, fear, and exhaustion, feeling anger and resorting to violence, losing temper easily and making careless choices, engaging in dangerous behavior, unsafe activities like starting fights, hurting oneself or others, or reckless driving, working too much, working excessively to avoid thinking about the trauma.